It's finally time to make a full review video of the MKM Flame Dagger, which I got some time ago. I did make a first look video, but in this one we're gonna focus a bit more on the details, the specifications, and some actual use. This being a dagger kind of limits the use a bit. Then again, it is not a true dagger with two sharpened sides. It's got only one side with an actual edge put on it. The other one is sort of a false grind or a really fine swedge, sort of. Regardless, when you get your flame dagger, this is the box it will be delivered in, and you will get some stickers here saying that this is indeed a flame dagger and that it's sandblasted, and that it is titanium. There are a lot of different varieties or versions of the flame dagger with different blade finishes, different handle materials. You can even get it in Damascus, I believe. So there is a lot to choose from. I went with the plain, regular sandblasted titanium. So here is the small pouch which the knife is delivered in. You can attach it to a belt should you want to, or to some other type of backpacks or whatever. Me, I'm not going to use this pouch anyway like that. It's not really a design that speaks to me with this belt thing here, belt loophole or whatever you call it. Regardless, I do appreciate just getting a pouch to put the knife in. That is of course appreciated. So when you get a knife, well, here is the knife to begin with, but you also get some in this little slide here. You get some paperwork. There are quite a few brands other than MKM that's listed on here. This is like warranty and maintenance and stuff like that. But we also see some other brands here like Fox Knives, Lion Steel, Mercury, etc. Brands that I know, but that I have not a whole lot of experience with, to be honest. Congratulations, you have purchased a genuine MKM knife. MKM products are entirely manufactured in Maniago, the Italian home of cutlery, using the best materials and with the maximum attention to the details. So I'm not gonna go through all this, but it is interesting with a Italian-made knife and folder at that. I don't have a lot of those yet. So since I have already played and messed around a bit with this one, I kind of know what to expect already. So it's not really a true unboxing in any way. And I think there should be something more in here. Yeah, I forgot to show you guys. There's also a small patch in here. MKM patch of sorts, which you can attach to to any surface that works with this cardboard type material. That's always a nice little thing to include. So that is enough about the packaging and other contents. Here we have the knife itself, and I wonder if I should maybe zoom in on the camera a little bit. But this is what the flame dagger looks like. Those of you that have seen my first look video, this is no news to you. You know what, I am going to zoom in a bit here. I think it will work better. Give me just a second or two here. This is slightly better. Now we can get a better understanding of the different aspects of the details of this knife. And there are a lot of interesting small details here. I mean, despite being a small knife, there is a lot of nice things going on. But let's start by going over the specs here of this one. So the total length of this knife is 176 millimeters. That is not a super long knife. It is a small knife. The blade length is 72 millimeters. So 7 centimeters of blade length. Not super long. Not, the tiniest either. But yeah, just so you get, an understanding here. The weight of the knife, I forgot to bring out my scale now, but according to the specs, if I don't misremember, the weight should be around 70 grams. Maybe a few grams more. I guess it could be dependent on the material of the handle, etc. But around 70 grams. And the length, if you, do like this, if we have it folded, is 104 millimeters. The blade thickness is, let's see if we can get a look at looking at the spine is a bit deceiving, since this is indeed a dagger, but at the thickest part here of the knife or the spine, it is, I believe, 2.5 millimeters. So that is a fairly thin blade, I'd say. And once again, I mean, this is not a prying bar. This is a dagger design. Daggers are supposed to be stabby, not something you put a lot of lateral stress on or try to pry something open with. This has pretty much one intended use, but you can of course put it to a lot of other uses. Prying not being one of them. Slicing, absolutely. I mean, if you want to slice cardboard or paracord or paper or whatever, then this one will do that. No doubt. So the blade steel, I'm not sure if that could be seen here. It should be printed somewhere here on the blade. Let's see. Are we getting any focus at all? Perhaps. So the blade steel is specified right there, and it's M390. And that is one of my absolute favorite steels for a folder. Not necessarily for a fixed blade, but for a folder I do like M390 due to the excellent edge retention, but also the fact that it is a highly stainless steel, and that can be a good thing to have on a dagger design. Looking at some other aspects here, like I said, this side, the top side here, is not sharpened. It's I'm not sure how well it can be seen, but it's like a super thin swedge or false grind. I'm not cutting myself. It's got a very pointed tip here. It got a sharp edge here. It got this special fuller thing going on here in the middle. And let's turn it like this. Here we have a pocket clip that is actually not uncomfortable in any way. I mean, some pocket clips are more protruding, others are more sleek and they don't get in the way while still being functional, and this is one of those functional, nice looking, sleek pocket clips. Looking here at the locking mechanism, we can see that it is a frame lock with about like a 30% in here, which is more than enough, and there is absolutely no lock rock or anything like that. It's easy, it is smooth to open the lock here, and if we do like this, we can see that there is a contouring going on here. So I'm not sure how well it can be seen actually, but getting the lock, the frame lock open here is easy due to the contouring. So that is a nice thing. Let's look at the blade centering. Blade centering is spot on. Not sure which is the best way to look at it. Maybe like this, maybe like that. But it got pretty much perfect blade centering. And the blade or the flipping, I mean, this is a flipper. I should have mentioned that right away, but as you can see, it is a flipper. And it is fast. And the flipper, I mean, it's just one flipper tab here, but the other one, I mean, I guess it could work sort of like a guard, a small guard in some sense, which could be useful if you need to stab something with this knife. But like I said, the opening action here is quite... The only tricky part really is that the knife is small. I mean, I wear size 10 gloves, so I have fairly large hands, but I mean, this is a small knife, so I mean, that's the only tricky part. But flipping action is nice and smooth. Closing action is, well, it requires a little bit of force. I mean, I haven't really broken it in quite yet. But I mean, it's not like you have, I mean, it's easy to just close it like that, of course. I mean, doesn't require much at all. I mean, it is smooth when you close it like that. It's no resistance or anything like that. But it's not like, totally hydraulic feeling like on some knives that when you just do like this, they automatically close together. But I mean, you can, with some effort, make it close. But it's not, I think it's gonna break in, but yeah. The opening action is really nice, however. This one is, I mean, with time, it will get even smoother closing it. Aesthetically, I think this is probably one of my best looking folders. I think it's got, I mean, it's so sleek and clean, like a simple, elegant look to it. I like the combination of colors, etc. I wouldn't mind getting the one with a dark or black handle sort of, and black coated blade. That's also kind of neat in my opinion, but there are several different variations with titanium or carbon fiber or whatnot. I think there are also possibly micarta versions, not quite sure. And then there is the Damascus blade versions that are of course really nice and cool looking. In terms of handle ergonomics, we already spoke a bit about it, especially focusing on the pocket clip here. Like I said, this is a small knife, but it's not in any way you know, uncomfortable. It is a comfortable knife. There are no, I feel no hot spots. There's, I mean, despite not being like a full, well, I mean, it is sort of a full 4-finger grip regardless, but there is no hot spots like down here or anything, because it is nicely, let's see, nicely milled and contoured with rounded edge. I mean, it's just a comfortable, overall comfortable design. But sitting here now and, you know, talking about this knife and playing around with it, I do feel like I wouldn't mind getting like a bigger brother to this one, if they could make one with a slightly longer blade length, and of course with that comes also a slightly longer handle. That would be sweet. Well, one can dream, we'll see. But this is still really, you know, elegant of sorts. Let's do something with this one now. Maybe cut some, slice some paper, cut some paracord. I'll see if I have any, you know, oranges or grapes or tomatoes or something at home here we can use. Something to stab, perhaps. Yeah. So I think it's good to start with a slicing test here of sorts. It's always a good beginning. So yeah, regular magazine paper, not much to it. I should probably buy some printing paper and stuff, because different paper types slice differently. But yeah, this is what we have to work with right now. So. I mean, it is slicing it pretty good. It's not really the absolute cleanest of slices, but I might have to do a bit with the not only with the edge but with the grind here as well. It's got a bit of a bevel to it here, so. But still, I mean, it is. I mean, it's a sharp knife, no doubt. I mean, otherwise we wouldn't get this stuff here. But I might actually put it on the strop here for a few minutes. Or well, not now, because I'm gonna go with a factory edge here for the review. But I might put it on the strop for once the review is done, so to say. But even, I mean, it's not. It's not at all bad in any way. I mean, it is slicing. I mean, you see here. So, but I think I can get this knife to be scary sharp. Then we do a stab test. Pointy. So I think that's gonna conclude the messing around with the paper part, and now we can maybe proceed to cutting some, well, whatever I have in my fridge, to be honest. I'm not even sure what's there, but I will go and take a take a look and see what I can find. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So I found a bit of this and that in the fridge. Some grapes, some small cocktail tomatoes and a blood orange. But I just thought to myself, maybe I should do some shaving here of, well, I don't have, as always, a lot of arm hair. I've got more leg hair, but I don't know what's most hygienic, doing it before or after the food prep segment. Let's do it after the food prep, I think. Yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. Let's start by cutting some grapes. Or stabbing them. Yeah, isn't this science on another level? Yeah, let's go with cutting for now. Should I zoom in even more? Yeah. So we are going maximum zoom here. Let's start cutting. Tiny grape with a tiny knife. I mean, it did pass the grape test. Let's do one more. It's some, let's take a random piece here. I guess the sharpness, maybe I don't have to put it on the strop, to be honest. I think the sharpness is probably pretty decent, to be honest. I mean, that is very thin slice. Can we cut it the other way instead here? See how that works out? It is much easier when you use the cutting edge when you try to cut something. So cutting edge down, yeah. Oh, I can't even hold on to it, but I mean, this is once again really, really sweet. I mean, this is, yeah. It is paper thin. I think they were all quite thin, so not bad. If you need a dedicated grape slicer, then this is probably the knife to go with. And for stabbing, yeah, science. Let's remove these a bit. To reside over here. Let's go with some of these cocktail tomatoes here. Tomatoes are always interesting to cut. They're a bit tougher. You know, the skin of the tomatoes. And these ones are probably not that fresh because they are, well, when I... can we get some focus here? They're a bit mush, you know, it's not, they're really soft and not very... I should throw these away, they've probably been in the fridge for a few days too long, which makes it a bit more difficult to slice them. But even so, I mean, this is what I have to work with right now. So I mean, I have to make do with what I have to make do with. Let's just go for some larger pieces. But they are really mushy, so probably not the you know, the absolute best to work with. Let's move on to the orange, blood orange. Man, that was hard to peel away. There we go. So yeah, let's do something, I guess. Yeah. This is when you start to feel the, you know, the limitations of the blade length when doing cutting motions, when the blade length is not, you know, too long. Still like this. Maybe we can actually cut the meat. Slice it off like this. Cut the flesh out. That's some different types of food processing. Blitz, will you please be quiet for just a few more seconds? Thank you. I mean, yeah, it will slice. So, really random food prep thing going on here. Got a nice type of fruit salad or whatever you want to call this mess. But I mean, for the purpose, yeah, it worked out. So what can we say? It will slice, and it will stab. And now we will see how well it shaves hair off my leg, but I think I want to clean the blade off just a tad bit first. Yep, let's move on. So I cleaned the blade a bit. Does it look clean? Well, it is clean. Smells a bit of blood orange. Not necessarily a bad thing, but regardless, we are now ready for the main event of this video review, and that is of course shaving some leg hairs. And I hope I've got some hair left. Let's see, I think I went with the right leg when I did my last video, so let's go with the left one this time. Here we go. Well, I mean, yeah, we do have a bit of hair here. Do we have focus going on? Maybe put like this. Yeah, this could actually work. Let's give it a try. Yeah. So it does seem like you can shave some hair with this one. Not bad. Not bad at all. So yeah, it is sharp. I think I'm gonna skip putting it on a strop. I'm not sure why it didn't, sliced really nice on the paper, but I mean it is a sharp knife, as you guys can see. So if you guys enjoy shaving your legs with a Dagger style folder, then I highly recommend the MKM Ziba Flame Dagger. Damn, it is a good looking blade. I really do need a larger version as well. It's not like I want to swap this one for a larger one. No, I want to keep this one, but I wouldn't mind having a slightly larger version as well. Holy hell, this is one really stylish looking knife. I think I'm gonna have to get the darker version as well. Man, this one is nice. So I think that will conclude my video review here for the MKM Flame Dagger. And I'm gonna say that, I mean, despite being, slightly limited due to the dagger type design, I still want to recommend this one as an EDC or whatnot. And I mean, since it isn't a real dagger, I guess this one is is going to be legal in some places that it would have been illegal should this edge have been sharpened. So that is a good thing. I mean, I'm actually happy this one isn't a real dagger, since I sometimes prefer working with my thumb here up on the top side here of the blade or on the spine. So to me this is a nice design, no doubt. So I hope you enjoyed the review, and if you have any questions or if I forgot to mention anything, do feel free to make a comment. Oh, I should say that there is absolutely zero blade play here. It is firm. So, Flame Dagger, full review. Sharp, slicey, pointy, stabby, stylish.